And now the news in detail. The government yesterday confirmed 1,014 new cases of coronavirus across the country. Following the latest round of tests, the total cases of coronavirus in the country has climbed to 241,995. The number of active cases has dropped to 12,948 from the overnight tally of 14,255 after around 3,000 people tested negative for the disease yesterday. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, altogether 227,433 infected persons have recovered from the disease in the country so far. The death toll from coronavirus has climbed to 1,614 across the country, with the confirmation of 20 new fatalities yesterday. Nepal is currently among the top 39 countries that have been most affected by the pandemic. The USA tops the list with 15.35 million cases, followed by India with 9.7 million cases. Prime Minister KP Oli has called an all-party meeting today to discuss the contemporary political issues. The meeting will be held at the Prime Minister's official residence in Balwatar at 11 a.m. today. Prime Minister's press advisor Surya Thapa confirmed about the date and time of the meeting. According to Thapa, PM Oli has invited top leaders of all the parties having representation in the parliament for today's meeting. The last time an all-party meeting was held was on May 26th. Back then, the leaders had discussed about coronavirus issue and Nepal's new map. The dispute in the ruling Communist Party of Nepal is becoming more complicated. As the distance between the leadership grows, the dispute is still escalating. Leaders of the standing committee are looking for a solution regarding the dispute between the two leaders. The NCP leadership, which is determined to make the country prosperous, has been embroiled in controversy for a long time. The NCP has called a meeting of the standing committee on Sunday to resolve the issue after several secretariat meetings failed to resolve the dispute. However, the issue could not be resolved at the meeting. The leaders of the standing committee have been given another week to study the report submitted by the chairpersons KP Sharma Oli and Pushpa Kamal Dahal. 11 days after the declaration of unity between the two parties, the CPN had formed a 45-member standing committee of 26 members from the then UML and 19 members from the CPN Maoist faction. After Agni Prasad Sapkota was elected as the speaker, there are now 44 leaders in the standing committee. The party constitution states that one-third of the members of the standing committee should be women, but only Astalakshmi Sakya and Pampa Vushal are in the standing committee now. With tensions at an all-time high in between the leadership, the future of the ruling Nepal Communist Party remains uncertain. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned. Welcome back. After the break, we continue with other national news. Updated height of the world's tallest peak, Mount Everest, is set to be announced today. Damodar Dhakal, Information Officer of the Department of Survey and Mapping, informed that the new height of the Mount Everest will be unveiled at 1:45 p.m. today. The department stated that the date for making the height public was set after coordinating with the Chinese side. According to the department, the two countries are going to jointly declare the height today, as they have already discussed the data from the field survey and the Chinese government. JanataTelevision will broadcast the formal program to be organized at the survey department, Baneshwar. After 2015 earthquake, there were speculations that the height of the mountain may have been changed. However, 8,848-meter height of Everest has been considered the official height. The European Union has hinted at the possibility of Nepal being removed from its aviation safety list in the near future. However, the EU has set a precondition that the country needs to adopt new aviation rules first. According to media reports, the EU has proposed new aviation legislation. This would allow the European Commission to begin the process of eventually removing Nepal from the EU blacklist. It has been learnt that the processes will include a technical meeting with the Civil Aviation Authority of Nepal to review the progress made so far. Air safety experts from the member states are also expected to make an on-site visit to Nepal. According to the EU, field visit is needed in order to ensure an effective implementation of the safety plans. The EU issued a statement in this regard on the International Civil Aviation Day yesterday. And now the international news. A year into a global battle against coronavirus, the United Nations General Assembly yesterday declared December 27 as the International Day of Epidemic Preparedness. According to Reuters, the declaration is an attempt to ensure lessons are learned for any future health crisis. The COVID-19 virus emerged in the Chinese city of Wuhan late last year and spread globally. So far, the disease has infected more than 66 million people and killed some 1.5 million. The World Health Organization called it a pandemic in March, a declaration that the United States and others said came too late. The 193-member General Assembly adopted a resolution by consensus yesterday that recognizes the need to raise the level of preparedness in order to have the earliest and the most adequate response to any epidemic that may arise. The UN resolution stresses the importance of international cooperation and multilateralism. You're watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. England were pitted against old rivals Poland in their World Cup qualifying group. The draw that was announced yesterday left Europe's top sides with apparently straightforward routes to the 2022 tournament in Qatar. Spain, France, Italy, Germany, Belgium, the Netherlands, Portugal, Croatia and England all avoided each other thanks to the seeding system, and barring major upsets should qualify comfortably for the tournament in Qatar. Instead, the main excitement is likely to be the scramble among the middle-ranking teams to finish second in their groups and qualify for the playoffs, according to Reuters. Under a revised format, the 10 group winners qualify directly for Qatar, while the runners-up go into a playoff system along with the best 2 teams from the Nations League. Those 12 teams will be divided into 3 parts of 4, with the winners of each also going to Qatar. The group stage will be played between March and November next year, with the playoffs in March 2022. World champions France were drawn in Group D alongside Ukraine, Finland, Bosnia and Kazakhstan in European Group D. England's tour of South Africa has been abandoned after a number of positive coronavirus tests was confirmed in the players. The South African player and 2 members of hotel staff tested positive, while England side say 2 members of their party returned unconfirmed positive tests. BBC reported. A 3-match T20I series was completed last week, but a 3-match ODI series has been postponed. A statement said that the tour was called off to ensure the mental and physical health and welfare of the players. England are still waiting for ratification of their positive test, with the 2 people affected set to be tested again on Monday. The result of the test will be available to the England camp on Tuesday, and the tourist will not leave South Africa until the final result has been confirmed. This was England's first overseas trip since their tour of Sri Lanka was cut short in March because of the spread of the pandemic. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin, and the headlines once again. Government confirms over 1,000 new cases of coronavirus. Active cases dropped to 12,000. Prime Minister Modi calls all-party meeting to discuss contemporary issues. The meeting will be held at 11 a.m. today. Government to declare new height of Mount Everest today. Speculations are rife that the height has been changed after 2015 earthquake. UN declares a day of epidemic preparedness. The announcement comes a year after coronavirus was first detected. And Europe's top sides handed straightforward routes to Qatar World Cup. FIFA announces draw under revised format. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.